The Indiana Fever just turned the WNBA, a team missing 5 key players, including Courtney Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Cindy Clausen, did not just survive. They ripped off 3 straight wins capped by a statement against the milestone list. At the moment that stormed it all, Kathleen Mitchell read in the locker room a short sentence that had her teammate buzzing and might be the clearest sign yet that the Fever did not just see themselves as underdogs anymore. So how did Indiana flip their story in the middle of the season from a roster hanging on for dear life to a playoff team rewriting its identity? Let's break it down. Just a few weeks ago, Indiana looked finished. They had lost 4 of their last 5 games. Their playoff dreams felt like they were slipping away, and then came the injuries. Courtney Clark gone, Sophie gone, Cindy, baby, Harry, MC Donald, and Slide lined. That is 5 rotation players out of action. Most teams in the league would not have survived it for many. That would have been the final nail in the coffin. Fans were already asking the question, would Indiana even have enough bodies to stay competitive, let alone win games? It looked like the promise of the season was about to dissolve right in front of everyone. But instead of folding, the Fever did the opposite. Head coach Steviana White delivered a phrase that became the backbone of the turnaround: be where your feet are. It sounds simple, but this team, it was everything. Instead of obsessing over who wasn't on the cart, players locked in on who was. Instead of sprinting over what they lost, they focused on what they still had. It became a rallying cry, a mindset that demanded players give everything they had, on every position with no excuses. The mentality did not just keep the Fever afloat, it redefined them. The Fever did not tiptoe into their showdown with Minnesota. They stormed in with a 10-0 run to start the game, punching first and refusing to look back. Shot fell, the defense swarmed, the bench erupted. It was supposed to look like this. A team missing a star was expected to just hang around, not dictate the action, but Indiana flipped the script. And when the final horn sounded, Fever had more than just a win. They had their first winning record since 2015. That is not just a number, that is proof. Proof that the Fever aren't defined by setbacks, but by how they respond. When Kathleen Clark went down, the biggest question was obvious: who is going to step up? And the answer, pretty much everyone. Aliyah Boston became more than just a paint anchor. She controls game like a guard in the center body. She tied a rebounding record, forced double teams, and opened the floor for shooters. When she grabbed the ball, defenses collapsed and teammates tripped. Otis Sims turned back the clock coming off the bench. She dropped 15 points, reminding everyone she still has plenty left in the tank. After the game, she summed it up perfectly. New season starts Sunday. It wasn't just a catching line, it became the energy the Fever needed. Aaron Pass delivered back-to-back 3-pointers that felt like daggers ripping through the net and silencing Minnesota runs. The confidence was electric. Laxihor, shot by coaches, loved her. She defended multiple position also on every play and still chipped in offensively without needing set plays. She became the backbone of Indiana's defensive identity. Natasha Howard quietly pulled the front guards together. She stretched the floor, hit shots in rhythm, and gave Burston the partner she needed inside. Her consistency balanced everything. By the end, 5 Fever players had scored in double figures. That wasn't luck. That was a team refusing to let one superstar define them. And at the heart of it all is Kathleen Mitchell. This is not just another strong season for her. This is historic. She became the first Fever player ever to average over 20 points per game in the season. She's writing fast-shaped record books night after night. But it is not just about numbers. Mitchell has grown into a leader, opposing defense, throws everything at her, double teams, traps, deniers, in past seasons that might have frustrated her. Not anyone. She learned when to take over, when to trust her teammates, and when to slow things down. That balance has allowed role players like Sims, Paz, and Hill to shine. Because they know Mitchell is not just carrying the loud, she's making sure everyone gets involved. And the Fever are leaning into it, launching an MVP campaign for their star-gowned graphics feature, highlights. They want the league to see what she's doing, and honestly, she deserves it. But here's the part that had her teammates buzzing. After Indiana's win, Mitchell did not talk about the stars. She did not boast about record or MVP talk. Instead, she told her teammates, "You've seen her growth." Four simple words, but they landed like a thunderclap because it wasn't about her, it was about them. It was about the group that was written off, beaten up, counted out, and still found a way to rise again. So what does all of this mean for Indiana? Their first winning record since 2015 is not the end of the story, it is the beginning. Even without Kathleen Clark on the floor, this team has proven it can fight, adapt, and win. And when Clark returns, she won't be stepping back into a team desperate for her to save them. She'll be joining a roster that has playoff experience, chemistry, and believe Aliyah burst scoring the paint. Kathleen Mitchell writes the record story. Role players turned game changers in Sims, Pa, All, and Howard. A coach in Steviana White instilling a culture that values standard over scoreboard. This is not just a playoff roster, that is the foundation of something much bigger. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section about this big win, and also like and subscribe for more insightful story.